Hervey Bay Arts Society is having its 37th annual exhibition here at Gadiger's Art Space in Maryborough. Mark, as president, what does this exhibition mean for the Society?
Well, it's an opportunity to get our hidden gem, that we call it, in Gallery 5 and the Hervey Bay Arts Society out there in the community so they can see what's happening. But it's also a chance to show the talent that we've got in the area and also bring in other artists' work.
Yeah. And the Art Society's been going for a long time now, hasn't it?
This is our 50th year, yeah, so 50th anniversary this year, which is, for a local community group, pretty outstanding.
So you would have seen many people come through your doors and really develop and grow as artists to see the stuff that's here on the walls now.
Absolutely. We've had people who've been recovering from injuries or heart problems. We've had people who've had handicaps, people who just want to come for social interaction, but their skill level has developed immensely over the years.
This exhibition's been running for 37 years. Looking around here at Gadiger's Art Space, what sets this year apart from the previous years?
There's a lot in common, of course. You've got the range of artists. Being a community competition, we have the expert artists through to the amateur artists, and it's lovely to have both of them have opportunities to show their work. But also, I think it's the diversity, the diversity that it shows. It's the talent and range of what they produce is wonderful.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Violetta Sandry and I'm a member of the Hervey Bay Arts Society. My entry is a painting of a friend of mine who actually performs in Hervey Bay and Howard and Maryborough and the Sunshine Coast. His name is Doug Alexander. A lot of hours, because I don't paint like 7 hours a day or anything. I just paint when I feel like it. So it took probably 1.5 months to totally finish. I've only been painting since I retired, so I had to do something with my life.
I'm Genevieve Neal, and I'm from the Hervey Bay Arts Society. Thinking about doing a portrait, and so I had a few pictures taken. And then I was short of one painting for the regional exhibition, and that was 2-3 weeks before, when we had to put in our painting. And I thought, maybe since I already have the photograph, I'll just do a portrait, because they were short of portraits, I thought. So so this one was done in a big hurry. I had put in my entry before I even started doing the painting. It's very unforgiving. You just have to get everything perfect, otherwise it doesn't look like the person, and if it doesn't look like the person, I wouldn't have put in an entry. So it is a lot of pressure to get it right. I don't know, I think his smile, he's got a nice smile, our president. Yes, some things just drove me crazy, like his hair, for one thing. When it was a little bit flat on one side, it just didn't look like him. I kept walking past and that's not him. I walked past and that's not him. So until I added that, poof, to the side. That's our president. It's actually really weird doing this portrait, because then I come into the art gallery and I see Mark, and I think about hours that I spent caressing his cheeks and ruffling his hair. It's really weird talking to him when I've been spending hours doing that sort of thing. It's very intimate. Yeah.
My name is Paul Neal. I'm a member of the Hervey Bay Arts Society, and this is my entry into the open section of the regional competition. On my way, right in the middle of summer, from Hervey Bay to Toowoomba, and this is just, I happened to see these cows near Goomery, and it just sort of struck me, because it was such a hot day and sort of in the middle of drought. So it was just interesting. There was actually a lot more sort of cows, or these are actually heifers, Sort of behind there you can see there's a creek, and they're all sort of hidden in there in the shade, and a few had snuck out right in the middle of the day, obviously to eat the food that's been put out there. So I just found it an interesting picture, and I tried to make the picture sort of very flat, just to give the idea of the middle of the day and just the heat that there is during the drought and whatever. So that's sort of what I tried to capture. I sort of waited there for a while, and I tried to direct the cows to get into good positions, but they wouldn't. So it was sort of ended up with that. I wanted them eating and someone else eating, but it was just something that sort of it just interested me, just seeing them like that. Yeah. The most difficult part is getting a cow, particularly the main cow, I suppose there's two cows there, is to getting them to look like cows. Because you change it a little bit and the angles are wrong. They're actually probably not as hard as horses, but they're quite a difficult, well, I found them anyway, difficult to actually get the proportions right. Because you make the legs too big, it doesn't look right. You make the back too long, it doesn't look right. So that was the most difficult. And then to have just the sun on them, even though it's a high sun, just enough sun on them to make it look, to light them to make it look realistic. I'd just like to say, anyone interested in art, they should definitely come along to this exhibition at Gadiga's. But also, if you're in the region, come along to the Gallery 5, it is at 5 Sanders Street, Urangan. It's always got great art on display from Art Society members. It's well worth a visit, and it's free.
I'm Rolf Sieber, currently the Vice President of the Art Society, and this is my entry here in the 37th annual competitive art exhibitions, and this is called Full Moon at the Marina. It's not a particular marina, it's all out of my head. You know, I made the composition myself, and I just like this, some sort of, I've seen what inspired me, I've seen a photo of moonlight, some sort of in a, not in a harbour situation, but in a landscape. And I was so inspired how the dark and the light, some sort of place with the light. And that inspired me to have this marina scene, where you some sort of see the moon coming through and all the light parts reflecting more than the dark parts, and then of course the shadows of the boats make that artwork some sort of quite interesting piece. So you virtually can look at it for quite, sometimes you always discover something new somewhere. And this was my inspiration one way or the other. I retired here in 99. I some sort of did a bit on my house, did the house up, and then it was almost my passion to do a bit of art, my hobby. And then I discovered the Art Society, which was not easy in those days because it's a bit hidden jewel, some sort of in Urangan. And I asked a few people, where's the Art Society? Oh, there's an Art Society here in Harvey Bay, but I can't tell you really where it is. So finally I found it in Sanders Street, and I became a member in 2002. It is really a society where it's a friendship, it's some sort of, it's hard to describe. It's when like-minded people come together, you discuss artworks, you discuss ideas, and we have a lot of workshops too during the week, little painting groups and art shops, and even there they come together and discuss different techniques and ideas, which is very inspiring. And that was the reason why I joined the Art Society in the first place, to get like-minded people and discuss arts and culture and whatever.
We are so fortunate to have so many talented artists here on the Fraser Coast. This exhibition here, the Harvey Bay Art Society's 37th annual art exhibition, runs from July the 3rd to the 15th of August here at Gadiga's Art Space in Maryborough.